guys, yeah, so last night I dropped a thread on my WhatsApp status on how to build in public. It's basically, it applies to personal brand, anybody that wants to build a personal brand or a startup. And I've been seeing a lot of comments or a lot of thread or people talking about building in public. So I decided that let me just create a thread so that people will benefit on how to build in public. And I created that thread on WhatsApp. Then this morning I moved it to Twitter, but to make a whole lot of sense to also create a video about it. So if you're here, you have a personal brand you want to build, you have a startup idea you want to build, or you have something you're building public is a very, very unique strategy that a lot of people are leaving off the table. Most times people say hustle in silence, let your money speak for you. That will not help you if you want to build a personal brand. That will not help you if you're trying to build a startup and you're trying to acquire customers. So I'll be reading a couple of the things I wrote down on, like I have my Twitter thread in front of me, so that you understand what building in public means and how you can maximize it to your advantage. The first thing you need to know about building in public is it's a marketing strategy that costs zero amount of whatever amount, like it's zero costs, because all you're just doing about building in public is you're telling a story about what you're doing. Let me give an illustration. I want to invent this thing. This is my toothbrush, or this is a toothbrush. Building in public means that I am building from scratch with the attention of the audience, right from when I got the idea down to when the idea becomes a successful business. The importance of this is that it helps your audience get used to what you're building. It gets them okay, let me not just run ahead of myself. So one, the marketing strategy that costs zero, because you're not running any adverts, you're just entertaining or informing your audience, people around. You can also run costs, but it's zero cost because you're not spending any amount of money to inform them, to put out content. Two, it helps you move faster, iterate, develop, or learn. What it means is, let's say you're building a product and you get to inform your audience that this so and so product will be launching in the next few days. It will help you scale faster because one, they are aware of the product. They can easily jump on boards to become the first users, and you get to get feedback from them. Or let's say if you're even learning a skill, it helps you to learn it faster because you have informed people about what you're doing, and it gives you that motivation, that drive to want to quickly rush what you're doing and like to learn it fast. Then three, it opens doors to new opportunities that you can't think of. When you get to share what you're doing out there for people to see, you don't know who is watching. People are watching you. They get to pay attention to what you're doing and have it at the back of your mind. One, they are already aware of what you're doing now, so they can reach you for opportunities. But when you're hustling in silence, and when the hustle in silence applies to just some type of skills and some type of jobs or some type of companies, it does not apply to everybody. So don't buy that bull crap, or don't buy that bullshit, because everybody wants to act like I'm a private person, and I don't really buy into that idea. If you want to really scale, like if you want to get more opportunities, then build in public. Let people know what you're doing. Then lastly, it gives you content for free. What that means is, this is a few years, or let me just say last year, I was struggling to create content. I was like always sitting down thinking about what content am I going to create. Then Gary Vee has been speaking this for like 2-3 years, or even way more than that, on why you should document, not create, and I'm going to explain that like in the next thread. It gives you content for free because all you're just doing is you're informing people. Today I did this, tomorrow I did this. People get to relate with somebody that is real. People get to relate with things that are real. People get to relate with emotions, because what you're passing out is like you're being real about giving out this information. So the next thing is, whatever it is you're building, skills, startup, working in a corporate organization, you can build in public. There are cons to it, like the pros and the cons. The pros is, as what I've explained. The cons is just, but the cons are not much of an issue. The cons is you have to give a lot of information about what you're doing, and sometimes it opens you up to vulnerability with your audience. That's the con. That's the only con I know. So if you're learning a skill, here's how you can build in public. Before I proceed, I must state that you need to be aware of the platform you belong to. Yes, this is very important. If you are doing something that is related to videos, like you're building look at what I'm doing now. I created a thread on Twitter, I created a thread on WhatsApp, I'm making a video on IG. So let's say you're into design or some other things, use the platform that best relates with what you're doing and that you can trend easily. Fine, you can do designs too on Twitter, but it will be in form of thread most times. Probably you're sharing your knowledge or your design knowledge on Twitter. But if you want to share your design process, you would want to use YouTube, use Instagram and the like. So make sure you use a platform that fits your personal brand. But let's give an example. Let's say you want to become a copywriter and you want to build in public. I wrote it down here. The wrong way people look for gigs is now, look at this. People go on WhatsApp and be like, if you know anybody that needs to bake cake, or I'm your plug, reach out to me. Please let me share on your WhatsApp status. If you know anybody that wants to buy shoes, or I'm your plug, please let me to retweet, or please let me share on your WhatsApp status. That you're not building in public, you're just trying to look for sales, quick sales to make, and you will not get to build the brand you want to build. You will not get to build genuinity among people, and you will not really get to scale. You just make that few sales and that's all. So that's the wrong way to build whatever you're building. I'm not saying it's a sales approach, but when you're talking about building in public, let's say you're a copywriter and I want to start copywriting. I'll just go on Twitter and say, hey guys, let's say I have a couple of people following me. Hey guys, I'll be learning a new skill starting from tomorrow. It's copywriting, and the reason I'll be learning copywriting is because of so and so. You're trying to inform them. Just be real, communicate in your own language. I do this. I want to be learning tomorrow. I'm going to be learning how to do so and so and so. And wish me luck. Or I heard about it from this person. I heard about it from here, and I want to try it out. Now people are aware that somebody wants to learn copywriting. That means they are aware that in the next few months there's going to be a copywriter. You've run a marketing campaign at zero cost. You didn't pay any money to inform people that in the next 4-5 months you become a copywriter, that they should look out for you and give you gigs. That's a marketing strategy that is zero cost. So pay attention to that. You've also educated your audience. One, you've created an audience. Two, you've educated them about what you're doing. More reach, more awareness. Then next, document, do not create. And this is what a lot of business owners make mistake about. Business owners, people building brand, I've made that mistake, but I've learned from it. Document, don't create. What I am doing now is I'm documenting. I'm documenting what I have in my head. I'm not sitting down to think about what am I going to create for this audience. Obviously, I've seen threads on Twitter about building in public, and now I'm talking about I'm documenting the process, like what I have in mind. So let's say you're a copywriter. Let's still use that example. Remember, if you are aware of NFT, there's this guy that sold this digital product for $69 million. He has been documenting since May 7, 2013, everyday digital design, and now was able to sell it for $69 million because it's very valuable. What you document is more valuable, more genuine, more engaging, more interactive than when you get to create. So what documenting means is you're telling details of the journey, not when the journey has ended. You're telling the process of the journey. This is this. Today I'm going to be making, like YouTube channel, today I'm going to be making this. And the reason why I'm making this is because of so and so and so and so, like blah 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 blah. Tomorrow, making this was really difficult. Let me drop this in. Making this was really difficult. Blah 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 blah, like that. You're documenting. These are content that you do not need to spend time, because creating content is very difficult. Should be told. Creating content is so difficult. So document is like you are having things to say based on what you're experiencing, what is on your mind, and things like that. So let's say I'm a copywriter. I'll go to Twitter, share what you do, share the details of what you're learning, share the process. The process is what people learn from. Look at this example. Let's say I'm a copywriter. I will go, let's say I read a book on copywriting, and I'll say a few things I learned from the copywriting book by so and so. And I share what I learned. I'm documenting. I'm talking about what I learned, but people would also learn from it too as well. And it becomes a content for them, and they will want to believe that this guy knows copywriting. Now look again. One, I've informed them that I'm good with copywriting. Two, I am informing them that I am getting better with copywriting, and I'm an authority in that knowledge. So with time they'll be like, who's the best copywriting person? I'm the one. They would always want to reach out to me at zero cost. So others who see your post will learn from it, see as a copywriter. Remember, you're documenting. You're not thinking of the content you create. You're just pushing out what comes. You're just pushing out your process. Let's say you're a startup, you're building a product, because a lot of startup founders too do not get to understand that. They do not get to understand that building in public is a very great marketing strategy. A lot of Western startups do this, but I've not really seen a lot of Nigerian brands do this. Today, we just launched a beta version of our app. We wanted to help so and so and so. Okay, let me say what I wrote here. We wanted to help single boys get beautiful girls, which was why we built this app. The first product was shitty, but we got 100 users. Blah 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 blah. Now we launched a beta version. Here is the link. What this does is you've automatically brought in new users, because you're talking about the different stages of your product. It will help you get new users. It will help you iterate, because people, early stage customers or early adopters will come on board quickly. So you'll be able to spot out the problem with your brand or with the product you're building. And as you're building, you're communicating. You're using blogs. You're using tweets. You're acquiring users. You're learning fast. You're iterating. You're implementing. So last, I said, don't listen to people who say also in silence, let your money speak for you. If you're building a brand, a startup, tell your journey. These are premium content. These are the things that help you go viral. These are the things that help you scale. These are the things that help you build this brand. Be genuine. Talk about your process. Talk about the steps. Talk about the challenges. Those are things that help you document. You are building in public. If you want to sell a digital product too, maybe I might make a video on that, on how to sell the digital products. But this is one of the best ways you can build in public, and definitely you're going to get results. So if you like this video, subscribe to this channel, Climber. Subscribe to Climber's channel, and watch other contents that are already on the YouTube channel. More content we created, and you can follow me personally on Twitter and on IG at TheAjayJoel, THE_AJAYJOEL. So till next time, just keep grinding.